It's Andrea again, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Mindset Elevator. The premise of this video is the fact that your discernment is sky high. You just know, all right? You know how to move, you know how to act, you know what's going on around you, you know how to tell good from bad, good from evil, you know how to tell if something is not gonna be appropriate for you, you know when something is a setup, you know when something is off, you could just tell, you have that inkling, you have that feeling, you just know. There's a lot of things that you know that people don't understand how you could possibly know. How would you know, or how would you be in receipt of this information, right? Your discernment is sky high. You've been gifted with discernment, and it's been helping you in more ways than one. It's been helping you to navigate your life and where you should go and where you shouldn't, what you should buy into and what you should kind of stay out of or opt out of, right? And your discernment is also scaring people because they just don't understand how you have the information that you do and how you're able to move accordingly or to move effectively when they think that, or maybe they thought you didn't know, right? There could be a lot of people in your life right now who have been trying to screw you over or trying to plot on you. And because you peeped that, or because you felt that was going on, you were able to move accordingly to these nefarious plans. And so people are kind of like seeing that their plans are not working. It's kind of like faltering, and they're trying to figure out, how would you have known that if you were kept in the dark? But that's what they think. They think that you're in the dark. They think that you don't know. They think that you're not aware, but you're hyper aware. You're more than aware. You're abundant in awareness, and you know exactly what's taking place in your life, right? It's kind of strange how people will just deduce you to some sort of like bystander in your own life, and you don't know nothing and you're none the wiser, and they're pulling the wool over your eyes, and they don't understand that you see things for what they are. You could see past what is in front of you, right? Like you could see, it's almost like somebody in your face trying to distract you from something that's behind them that they're trying to get you not to see. It's like you always see the big picture, and you could peep that something is a distraction, or someone is a distraction or a placeholder to cause distortions, right? So it's kind of bizarre how people feel like you are just none the wiser and you have no idea what is going on in your own life, but you've been knowing and you've been aware. And it's just kind of scary to them. It's not really making sense to them. How could you have come into this information? They're going to start asking Tom, Dick, and Harry, did you tell them? Did you say something? How do they know this? How are they aware? How are they, kind of like avoiding all the landmines that we placed for them? How were they able to do this? How did they know that we were planning this on them? How did they know? Your discernment, you've been gifted, right? That gut feeling that everybody gets, yours is a little bit more potent, right? Yours is a little bit more telling and a little bit more accurate. And, there are people who are going to try to plot on you and try to sabotage you, thinking that you don't know, thinking that you will be blindsided by their attacks because you would never think it was them, or you would never see the extent, or maybe you would fall into the trap and that's enough. Or maybe you would like bite the bait a little bit and they'd be able to reel you into the drama or into the problems. And you've been seeing what they've been plotting, and you're kind of cooling. You're like sitting around, sitting down, like you're not really alerting that you know. You don't have to alert. All you got to do is move in silence. When you start moving in silence, the perps notice that, and they're thinking to themselves, that's not making any sense, right? We covered our bases here. So how does so-and-so know? How do they know to avoid us now? We were always trying to be amicable and trying to play the part of friend or favorite cuz. And so, that was supposed to cover our bases a little bit. So they believe in us and, they get comfortable. We make them comfortable so they could fall for the plot. How did they know that, why are they treating us different all of a sudden? I thought they trusted us. And, I thought we were going to be able to enact this plan. Your discernment is sky high. You've been gifted with discernment because you are protected. And with that protection comes discernment. They're kind of like cousins, like it's related. There is a correlation that when you are protected, it's because you have foresight, right? It's because you can see ahead. It's because you could see the truth, or you could see the true nature of what is going on around you. There is no pulling the wool over your eyes, right? Everything is crystal clear, and that's why you remain protected, because you feel it and you know. You have a lot of knowledge and intel that seems to be uncanny to a lot of people. It seems to be something that you should just not know. And it's not that you just know things or you could peep a certain situation, what's going on, nefarious actions, things like that. It's deeper. It's like you know the extent of it. You could see how far people are going, or how far they're plotting, or the enormity of the circumstance. You could see it for what it fully is, the full extent. That's also scary to the perpetrators, who do not understand how you would have those nitty-gritty details and able to move so accordingly, right, to these details that they thought were hidden or concealed from you. And so when folks move around you now, they know they cannot hide anything from you. They might as well just not come around you, because they know that they cannot pretend. They cannot keep secrets. They cannot keep everything under wraps, because you're going to unwrap it. And you're going to unwrap it down. It reminds me of the little Russian dolls that every time you pull, you open the main doll and there's multiple dolls in each of them. You know what I mean? Those dolls. And I think it's from Russia. I think they're from Russian culture or something similar. But it's kind of like that, where you don't just see the outside or the epidermis of a situation. You go deep. You're going deep. You're going into it, and you're unraveling all the pieces, all the plots, all the schemes, all the details, all the fixings, down to the core what is happening in your world. And that is why you keep getting blessed, and why you're still protected, and why you're still going up, because your discernment sent you sky high. Your discernment is sending you on a right path, the righteous path, the best path for you. So if anybody tries to fool you or to pull the wool over your eyes, they probably are a first-time plotter, right? Because folks who have been trying and they see that they're not going to be able to come around you and move the same way. They know that they cannot fool you, because you already been seeing how they are. You've been seeing the schemes, and you're privy to them, and it's all very clear. All right, so let it be known, everybody, if you feel like this video resonates with you. And also, please share your stories about how your discernment saved you in a situation, or covered you, protected you in a circumstance, and that when you peeped that things were not going correct, or going good around you, that the perpetrators or people who were involved in plots and schemes against you started to feel that you knew, and they were surprised, or you kind of like shook your perps off because you uncovered plots. Let it be known your stories, okay, everybody? I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay up. I love you guys so much, and I thank you guys for supporting the channel. I thank you guys for continuing to spread joy, positivity, and input. And as well, please share where you guys are tuning in from, okay? I love you guys. Stay up. I'll see you soon.